Hello, boys and girls, fifth graders. This is Miss Carpenter from John Adams again. And for this particular instructional video, we're going to talk about fluency. And with our fluency, we're really going to focus today on intonation. So I want you to remember that intonation is the way that our voices rise or fall when we're reading. And we use this as a way to express or emphasize meaning when we're reading. And when we read aloud, fluent readers, they add the intonation appropriately. So what I have pulled up here for you that you can see on your screen is a passage that I'm going to model for you and sort of show you how we can use intonation as we read. So let's take a look at the very first paragraph. And I'm going to read the very first paragraph in what I would say is a monotone sound where there is no intonation, where my voice does not change at all. And so I want you just to listen to me as I read it. So here we go. John dreamed of someday working for NASA, the U.S. government space program. He wanted to help launch astronauts into space, conduct experiments on the International Space Station, and send probes to explore distant corners of the solar system. Most of all, John dreamed of searching for life on other planets. So as you noticed, I was reading that very first paragraph. I didn't change my voice at all. I was one tone in my voice, and good readers, we don't need to do this. To help us better understand what we're reading and get a deeper level of meaning and emphasize, we need to do that. We need to be sure that we're expressing things and we're emphasizing things, because all that does is help give you a deeper meaning of the text. So now I'm going to model it for you, and I'm going to try it in a different way, and I'm going to use some intonation in my voice as I read it. So I want you to pay attention as I'm rereading the first paragraph and see where you can hear my voice changing. Maybe it might go up or it might go down. John dreamed of someday working for NASA, the U.S. government space program. He wanted to help launch astronauts into space, conduct experiments on the International Space Station, and send probes to explore distant corners of the solar system. Most of all, John dreamed of searching for life on other planets. So as you listen to me read that paragraph, again with intonation, you could tell I had different places where my voice might have gone higher, whether it might have gone lower, or whether maybe I just emphasized a particular word to really give myself as a reader a deeper understanding of the text. It also helps me too, as I see these commas and I pay attention to these commas. This also helps me understand where I need to pause for as I'm reading, because that will also help you even in grammar. You'll understand different parts of sentences, different types of sentences, complex sentences, compound sentences. So all of this fluency is not just to really help you be a better reader, but it also gives you a deeper understanding of particular grammar skills that you might come across, or particular ways to read when we're talking about punctuation. So I have this screen here for you. This whole text is right here. If you have this at home, you're welcome to use this. If you don't have it at home, I want you to read this screen. I'm going to let you practice it. I would love for you to first read it with the whole passage with a monotone voice with no kind of intonation, and then I would like for you to go back and read it with intonation, where you might change your voice. It might go higher or it might go lower in particular places, and really pay attention to that and see how it helps you better understand this particular text. So go ahead and pause this video, and I want you to practice it now. Now that you've had time to practice that on your own, I want to point out one particular thing in paragraph 3 on this fluency passage, and I want to point out a sentence. We're going to look at it. I'm going to model it for you, because sometimes as we come across words, we might not know where to put a particular stress on a word. So I want to model for you and show you how you can do that. So I'm going to start there in the paragraph 3, and I'm going to model for you and just show you my thinking out loud that would possibly help you as you're working on fluency. So here we go, paragraph 3. In 2017, scientists tested 2 new devices in the desert, an extractor and the chemical laptop. So I want to talk about the word extractor, and I want to think about that is one word that we can put an emphasis on in a particular part of the word. And I don't know really how I should pronounce that word. If I should maybe put the stress on the first syllable, maybe there's a middle syllable or the last syllable. So if you're coming across a word that you don't know, I want to show you how you can do it. You can say the word in multiple ways until you find the way that makes sense to you. So let's take this word extractor right here, and I want you to listen to me as I say the word. I could say the word as extractor, where I put the emphasis first. I could do extractor, or I could do extractor. And so as you're looking at this, you can really think about those different ways, and you can emphasize each particular part of the word, and that way you can figure out which one is correct and which syllable would stress it, as we're thinking about our decoding this week with the schwa sound and stressed and distressed syllables. So as you come across a word, say it multiple times. Pronounce it in different ways. Put a stress at the beginning of the word. Put a stress at the end of the word until you can really figure out as a reader how you should pronounce that word and where you should place the stress of the word or the emphasis of the particular word that you're coming across. So, as we were thinking about our fluency today, let's kind of go over what we talked about. We talked about intonation, where you can change your voice, maybe higher, lower, or you can emphasize a word. We also talked about looking at words and saying them in multiple ways to help us as readers better understand how we should pronounce that word, where we should put the stress or where we should put the emphasis. And remember, for our decoding skill this week, we also had distressed syllables with that schwa sound, which we might come across some of those words that could really help us know where it should be stressed or emphasized or unstressed and not as emphasized in a word. So I hope you're having a great week. Please continue to practice this passage and really pay attention to the intonation that you have in your voice as you read aloud. And I hope that you have a great day. I'll see you soon.